This is All Peacemakers Needed video series, where two everyday people discuss the need for peacemakers.
Hello. Hey everyone, I have Nell Hill today. She is one of my good friends and a huge example to me in peacemaking. So I was hoping to just pick her brain and get to know her a little bit better, and you guys can come along for the journey. So Nell, welcome.
Thank you, Bonnie. It's nice to be with you and to see you. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
For those people who don't know you, could you share a couple things about yourself?
Sure, let's see. Yeah, as you said, I'm Melrose Hill. I I like to do lots of different things. I like to go on bike rides with my husband. We have recumbent bikes. We really like those. I like to travel. I love to travel. Um, I like to learn languages when I can. I even just simple greetings of different languages of the places that I've been. I've also, I lived in France for a while, so I speak French fluently. Some other things I like to do, let's see. Mm, well, I just love to spend time with my family. I love my family so much, my children. I love to do things with them. My one granddaughter, I just love to spend time with them and to share life experiences with them. So yeah.
A big question for me is, why, with everything else you have going on, why do you want to be a peacemaker? Because not everyone may know this, but you are the real leader of this group, the catalyst that got this group going. So anyway, why do you want to be a peacemaker?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a complex question. I will tell you that the motivation came from frustration that I felt, sadness that I felt, confusion about what I was seeing in in the world. You're right. Yeah, sure, on social media, sure, in the media, but also in my own family settings, in my community settings. I was feeling like, why is this happening? Why does it seem like we have lost some common goals and some common like ethical belief systems? And I was, yeah, really frustrated with that. And I didn't really know which way to go, right? It's like what to do with this. I could see myself as, kind of like this social media warrior where I go on there and I make sure people know, correct people, quote unquote, about what they're posting and, put out my ideas and, really, really work on making sure that others understand that what they're thinking isn't quite right. And I really thought, I did think I entertained that idea for maybe a week or two. And, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go scorched earth. But then I was like, what? No. Because one thing, I could envision who I would become if I did that. And I didn't really like that person. In fact, I've worked really hard on my persona, my identity, what I want the world to see of me in person, on social media, at work, etc. And I didn't want to become someone who is like, I'm right, you're wrong, right? And frankly, we have plenty of that. We don't need more of that. We definitely do not need more of that. So then I was like, okay, mulling this over in my head and trying to figure out because I did feel like I wanted to do something. I just didn't really know what to do. And then I was rereading an article, a speech actually, that was given by a religious leader about peacemaking. And the speech just basically, it kind of invited all of us to be peacemakers. And, I think the title of the talk was Peacemakers Needed. And I thought, that's what I need to promote, peacemaking. And I need to have that more in my personal life because I could already right away, you know, list a few things where I could do a lot better in my personal life about peacemaking, having more patience, being more kind, regulating my emotions. not fault finding. So I was like, okay, if I can put, put that out into the world and find some friends, like-minded friends who also want to do the same, we can learn together, we can grow together. Our vision can be focused on, frankly, inviting anyone to be a peacemaker because all peacemakers are needed.
Nell, what kind of invitation or advice do you have for anyone else that's also looking to be a peacemaker?
Yeah, that's kind of, I think, our goal for this little group and trying to promote peacemaking is to invite all people to consider improving peacemaking concepts or ideas in their personal life. And that can be something very simple as, doing a little self-inventory. How do you communicate with others? How do you feel about others in your personal life, in the circles that you inhabit? Are you demonstrating kindness? Are you giving the benefit of the doubt? Are you trying to find common ground? Or are you, taking sides all the time? And so I invite others to initially start with yourself. Do a peacemaking inventory of your own life. And I have one like high on the list that I'm going back to. And it's a work in progress, but I definitely can see changes in my life when I put peacemaking kind of as the forefront as to how I'm going to uh, act, what I'm going to say, what I'm going to think, etc. So I invite people to consider that. And then secondly, I would invite them to, at that point, maybe move beyond yourself and move into other circles of influence, to invite others to consider peacemaking, to promote peacemaking concepts. Our little group is hoping to have some events. And so if you live locally, then you can come to these events where we will discuss peacemaking ideas and promote peacemaking ideas so we can all, you know, that can be elevated. My whole real hope is that the concepts of peacemaking can be elevated over some of the other noise that is out there. I'm hoping that peacemaking can insert itself into those voices and that we can hear that in our life and in our heart, that we can reconsider some of our own mindsets and reconsider our own actions as we move forward in this life, this little world that we're all living on, this marble we're living on. Thanks, Bonnie, for having me. I really appreciate it.